Hi there, everybody. This is Panda Global's Wobbles coming at you with the first episode of our Smash Recap series. We're going to be giving you all the details on major tournaments, as far as upsets, brackets, and placements are concerned, so that you can keep up to date on happenings in the tournament scene. Today's tournament we're going to be covering is WTFox 2. We saw a lot of exciting events happening. We saw Mango busting out his Marth, the Cloud9 Marth coming into play in Winners Finals, Grand Finals, and multiple times throughout the bracket. We saw Hungrybox taking his lowest placing in what seems like an eternity. Team Liquid Superstar actually coming in at 5th place, when previously he seemed to almost always be in the winner's side of Grand Finals for every tournament in quite a long time. We saw Team Echo Fox's Mewtwo King pulling out several exciting sets, an upset over Team Liquid's Hungrybox, and we saw Cognitive Gaming's Wizrobe steal the show with his 3-0 over Hungrybox and Winners to make it to top 8 Winners side. Wizrobe actually had several exciting sets throughout the tournament for you to go back and review, and we had a few other bracket upsets throughout, so let's take a look at what happened. We saw an extremely close set in Winners semis between Mewtwo King. Echo Fox's Mewtwo King barely lost 2-3 against Alliance's Armada, and coming on the tails of his Summit victory over Armada in Winners bracket, it seems like Mewtwo King has gotten a much better handle on that matchup.
Again, Armada's so good at cutting off approaches through the air.
Ooh, I like the up air. Up air on the
that's
tournament is
gonna
good,
be
but
it.
it's not going to be enough.
Mewtwo King also surprised everybody with a 3-0 over Hungrybox in Losers Bracket, a matchup he's historically lost over and over again, all the way as far back as a Brawl's release. He has been struggling against Hungrybox even in friendlies, so it's quite a surprise to see him take him down 3-0.
Mewtwo's got to be careful. Rest is on the board.
That's all HBox wants right now, and we've seen nothing but Clutchbox in 2016.
Yes.
Can he do it one more time?
Mewtwo tries to fall up there. Not up throw, up
Down
throw.
throw.
Oh, he's in tech. Oh, he's in tech. Mewtwo 3-0.
Another one of the big things to talk about from WTFox 2 is Mango's Marth. Mango actually busting it out multiple times throughout bracket, using it against Dark Atma for the entirety of the set, against both his Peach and his Sheik, but most notably, we saw him using it on Final Destination against Armada's Peach. After winning Game 1 in a Fox Ditto, Mango switched to Marth on FD, as much for an emotional counter pick as it was for a practical one. Now, we've seen Mango's Marth coming out multiple times in tournament before, but never with this much success. It clutched him an important Game 2, and even though Armada ran it back onto FD and got a solid 2-stock on Mango's Marth, this gave Mango all the leeway he needed to counterpick 2 more games. Now, it turns out for Winners Finals, he actually won immediately after with a strong 3-stock on Yoshi's Story. Now, this might just be the counterpick power, it might be the extra leeway taking some of the pressure off, and it might just be constantly switching characters in matchups didn't give Armada much time to adapt and put Mango on the aggressive footing. But either way, it sent Mango to Grand Finals and sent Armada to the loser side. Armada had his rematch against Mewtwo King, but with a much stronger 3-1 than their close 3-2 winners side. And then he got to go back against Mango in Grand Finals, but Mango actually took it down with a strong 3-0, winning again on FD Game 3, showing that his Marth is a viable tool against multiple different players at a very high level for counterpicking and for avoiding FD chain grabs. So this was a big win for Mango, giving him momentum going into FD. Gives Armada something to study, and it's also something to think about for Hungrybox. Might have to rethink some of his strategy against certain players. But the biggest performance that people want to talk about from WTFox 2 definitely came from Cognitive Gaming's Wizrobe. The young Florida Falcon managed a 3-0 over Team Liquid's Hungrybox in Winners Quarters to advance into top 8. This was Hungrybox's first loss to a non-god in a long time, despite numerous close sets with high-level Foxes. It was the young Falcon who took him down. Then, Wizrobe advanced to have a very close 3-2 set with Mango in Winners semis, and though he lost, he definitely gave C9 and Mango something to think about. And then, for his matches in Losers, had a clean 3-1 over the Moon, who himself had an upset here and there throughout the tourney, and then barely lost a 2-3 to Echo Fox's Mewtwo King, who has historically dominated Falcons. And what we've seen in the past is Hungrybox clutching it out, sometimes as far back as Game 4 or Game 5. He uses early games to download his opponents. He relies on his consistency and a very solid mindset during tournament in order to nail his punishes towards the end of games. And even if he falls behind, even in difficult matchups like WTFox, he always manages to clutch it out with a big punish, sometimes with the help of a choke from his opponent. However, the most notable characteristics of this set was Wizrobe's extreme patience, particularly near the edge, his use of back airs to secure KOs, and very rarely going for grabs that Hungrybox could crouch under and get severe punishes off of. His ability to convert stray hits into finishing knees also proved a pivotal factor in determining his 3-0, along with a massive counter punish on a Hungrybox rest. Wizrobe going for survival DI when many players would have taken the death and gone for a post-mortem punish. He actually managed to turn it into an almost 0-to-death grab combo off of Hungrybox's rest. This one made the rounds on the internet almost immediately after happening, so no doubt you've seen it, but if you haven't, here it is.
Oh, you gotta hit those. Okay.
Wizzy's actually been recovering a lot. I think that'll be it, but there was another time where he like upbeat in between the battlefield platforms. Like, that's sick.
True.
He's making it back.
Grab, yeah. HBox loves shield grabbing.
That's really important for HBox, but he's living.
That's great, yeah. He
He
might
won't
get
get
punished.
punished. Oh, he gets the grab.
What are you gonna do with that?
And that's about even percent. Even better.
He did?
Oh my goodness.
That's Reddit right there. That was
ridiculous.
a punish off a grab.
Talking about Team Liquid Hungrybox, this was an important tournament for him from both emotional and practical perspective. Hungrybox has been looking to secure his spot as #1 in the world for quite some time, and with his long string of recent victories and second place finishes, his consistency and his victories were going to solidify him with a victory at WTFox 2. On the practical side of things, a victory at WTFox 2 would have also guaranteed him #1 seed for EVO, which is coming up shortly in July. So with those factors in mind, Hungrybox was definitely facing a lot of extra pressure going into WTFox 2. However, nobody could have predicted that he would have gone down 0-3 to both Wizrobe and Mewtwo King. It says a lot about the Florida Puff, however, that 5th place is his lowest tournament in a long time, that only one of his losses was to a non-god, and that we're so surprised about it to begin with. This is a level of consistency that's only mirrored currently by Alliance's Armada, and this is why the two are vying so heavily for the #1 and #2 spots. So we're going to see if he could shake it off, go into EVO. Maybe the loss will take off some of the pressure to continually win, and he'll be able to get some of his mental fortitude back. It'll definitely be something to watch going in to the World Championships at EVO. Another player's performance to look out for from WTFox 2 was the Moon, with something of an upset over Tempo Storm's West Balls, winning against the Falco player 3-2 in round 1 of Winner's Bracket. This gave the Moon a slightly shorter path to top 8, taking down DizKid Boogie in a 3-1, and then his very first set in top 8 was a strong 3-0 over Duck, a Samus main who's posted a lot of incredible wins. So this performance for the Moon, 5th place, barely losing, a close series of 1 stocks to Wizrobe, actually puts him as somebody to watch out for going into EVO. A few other surprising things to note. The Grand Final set was actually Fox Ice Climbers in the form of SFAT and DizKid Boogie, now a California resident. The two, as far as I know, haven't really teamed together, but they managed to make it all the way to Grand Finals against Armada Mewtwo King. Now, this is in part due to the fact that Mango picked up West Balls extremely late from the airport at 4 a.m., and as a team they got disqualified, which gave SFAT and DizKid a slightly easier run to the top 8 than they would have otherwise had. It's also funny because you rarely see an Ice Climbers in Grand Finals of doubles, but very commonly one of them manages to sneak their way into top 8. Now, as mentioned, the Moon took DizKid out 3-1, so DizKid didn't make it into top 8 of singles, but he made it into Grand Finals of doubles. And I don't know if this is going to be a pattern that we're going to see repeated very often in the future, but it's at least hilarious. And those are just about all the details we have for you from WTFox 2. Again, Panda Global's Wobbles, this is our first attempt at the Smash Recap series. We're very open to constructive criticism, suggestions, any questions or comments you have. Please leave them below, reach out to us on social media, let us know what you liked, let us know what we can do better, and we'll see you next time. Can't think of anything else, really. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to stop this recording. I'm going to take a break.